We have the agenda review session. We have ordinances on second reading. Number 1, an ordinance to amend and supplement revised general ordinances of the city of New Brunswick, Title 10, vehicles and traffic, stop and standing for parking, section 1016-210. Schedule 38, time limit parking areas in section 1016-050. Schedule 29, time limit parking meters in regards to Packard Street. We have ordinances on first reading. Number 1 is held at the request of the city attorney. Number 2, an ordinance to amend and supplement revised general ordinances of the city of New Brunswick, Title 10, vehicles and traffic, Chapter 1016, stopping, standing, and parking, Section 1016-050, Schedule 29, time limit parking in Section 1016-160, Schedule 36, special parking districts in regards to George Street. Number 3, an ordinance to grant an easement into the city of New Brunswick's right-of-way on Hamilton Street, Block 57, Lot 5401. We have resolutions 1 through 21. Number 1, approve agenda amendments. 2, approve payroll 8/31/19 to 9/13/19. 3, authorize refund for redeemed tax sale certificates. 4, approve off-premise raffle merchandise at Raritan Valley Work Center, 9 Terminal Road, Eastern Seals, New Jersey, December 6, 2019. Number 5, authorize application, acceptance, and execution of grant for the Police Department, New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety, for drunk driving enforcement fund grant, fiscal year 2019. 6, approve request for annual holiday horse-drawn carriage rides for 2019, requested by the New Brunswick City Market for free horse-drawn carriages rides through downtown New Brunswick, Friday, December 20th, Saturday, December 21st, and Sunday, December 22nd, 2019, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Rain dates for either Friday, 10/20/19, Saturday, 10/21/19, or Sunday, 10/22. 2 rides to double up, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Friday, 12/20/19, Saturday, 12/21, or Sunday, 12/22/19, police extra duty. 7, approve request for street closing requested by Our Lady of Mount Carmel Roman Catholic Church, Brotherhood of the Lord of Miracles in New Brunswick, Hermandad del Señor de los Milagros de New Brunswick, beginning at 75 Morris Street, George Street, Livingston Avenue, New Street, Joyce Kilmer Avenue, Sedan Street, Warren Street, Townsend Street route, to be finalized by the police department for religious procession of Lord of the Miracles from Beirut. Sunday, November 3rd, 2019, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. police extra duty. Number 8, approve amendment to resolution R061915, incorporating Interloop Road as part of race route. Approve request for use of city property requested by Rutgers Running Club, Bugalo Park Track, men's 8K and women's 6K cross-country race, Sunday, September 22nd, 2019, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. police extra duty. Number 9, approve agreement with Aetna U.S. Health Care of Middletown for Medicare Advantage Plan, June 1st, 2019, December 31st, 2019, non-pro-tunc. 10, approve award of contract with ESRI Incorporated for maintenance and support, contract for proprietary software for GIS development software, application for the Division of Assessments, 12-month period commencing September 18, 2019, and ending September 17, 2020, not to exceed $1,900, non-pro-tunc. 11, approve relaxation of city noise ordinance requested by Ampwit Crane, reason crane placement at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital for the purpose of working on the cooling tower, Saturday, September 14, 2019, alternate date Saturday, September 21st, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., non-pro-tunc. 12, approve award of contract with Duncan Solutions for private collection of municipal court debt, 12-month period commencing September 19, 2019, and ending September 18, 2020, and thereafter for an additional 12 months, should the city so desire. Specification number 775-19 RFP. Fee is 22% of the collected amount added to the initial debt amount, fair and open. 13, approve amendment of resolution R081956. The Region Atlantic Air Flight Services will land a helicopter at the park at 10:45 a.m. Approve request for use of city property requested by McKinley Community School, the Brunswick Board of Education at the Alice Jennings Archibald Park for Self-Esteem Fest, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, Saturday, September 28, 2019, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Number 14, approve purchase by Police Department on state contract A89851/M0003, software licensing related services from SHI International Corporation for software for the Police Department, 12-month period commencing September 1st, 2019, and ending August 31st, 2020, not to exceed $16,196.75, non-pro-tunc. 15, approve amendment of resolution R081937, change order number 6, with Garden State Highway Products to furnish and deliver 2018 regulatory signs for specification number 925-18. The amount is $449. Approval of this change order will not constitute an increase of 20% or more of the amount of the original contract. 16, resolution to approve pre-qualification regulations for bidders for City Hall roof and masonry project, specification number 804-19P. 17, approve ABC liquor license renewal 2019-2020 for Black Ops in New Brunswick, LLC, trading as Blackthorn, 6163 Church Street, liquor license number 121433067-007. 18, approve amendment of resolution R091804, reason paying outstanding invoices in the amount of $14,000 with Baker & Taylor Incorporated for books purchased from a wholesale distributor, the New Brunswick Public Library, specification number 690-18 RFP, not to exceed $14,000. Number 19, resolution certifying review of the 2018 annual audit. 20, authorized corrective action plan in regard to 2018 audit. 21, authorized tax collector to transfer overpayments on several tax and utility accounts. Items for discussion and public comment will follow. Meeting will come to order. Please be advised that
Yes.
the
Councilmember Egan. Councilmember Escobar.
Here.
Councilmember Fleming is absent. Council Vice President Socorro Ludwig.
Here.
Council President Anderson.
Here. Now, please be advised that the notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act have been complied with and satisfied that the annual notice which gave sufficient notice of time and place and conduct of all public meetings in municipal council of the city of New Brunswick has been filed with the city clerk, has been placed on the appropriate bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and has been transmitted to the official newspaper for the city of New Brunswick, namely the Home News Tribune. If you're able to please stand. Pledge
Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I ask for a moment of silence for our men and women serving in our armed forces here and abroad, especially those who have given their lives, those who have come back hurt. Thank you.
Motion to approve minutes?
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Anderson.
Yes. Report of correspondence by the city clerk's office.
Yes. Item 1, a letter from 409 Joyce Kilmer Avenue, LLC, regarding a request of credit reduction. Item 2, a letter from Asset Management Consultants regarding a request for release of funds. Item 3, a letter from NJDEP regarding a 1,000 gallon number 2 heating oil underground storage tank system. Item 4, a notice of hearing from the City of New Brunswick Zoning Board regarding a public meeting on September 23rd, 2019. Item 5, a letter from March Construction Consulting regarding the project manager for 111 to 113 Bayard Street. Item 6, a notification from Mott McDonald for submittal of a waterfront development individual permit. The correspondence will be forwarded to the appropriate departments for further action.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have no public hearings. We have an ordinance on second reading. An ordinance to amend and supplement the revised ordinances of the City of New Brunswick, Title 10, Vehicles and Traffic, Stopping, Standing, or Parking, Section 1016-210, Schedule 38, Time Limit Parking Areas, and Section 1016-050, Schedule 29, Time Limit Parking, in regards to parking meters in regards to Kirkpatrick Street. If anyone from the public would wish to comment on that, please come to the microphone. You have up to 5 minutes, one time up.
Good evening, Council Charles Cradaville, New Brunswick, New Brunswick today. So this is, of course, the block of Kirkpatrick Street that's new, built in the last decade, and it's the block by the supermarket that closed. And I understand that, now that the supermarket's closed, I guess Parking Authority wants to charge for those spaces. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So how will the charging happen?
Just like the other meters that's around.
So they would install meters at every one of the, I think it's 25 spots or so. 13. 13. Okay. So, my only thought is that the reason it was the way it was in the ordinance was that the tenant of the supermarket, one of their concerns going into the, venture was that they wouldn't have parking for their people who wanted to make a quick stop. And so the parking authority did this, and so my concern would be, is doing this and putting the meters there going to have an adverse impact on being able to get a tenant to take over the now vacant 50,000 square foot market space?
I don't think, I think it was for more so in and out kind of deal. So it's kind of a tenant that needs to go in and out. Maybe we can look at it and change it later.
Okay, and just for the record, the same rates as the rest of the meters, the progressive rates?
Yes, same rates, meter rates.
Thank you.
Anybody else in the public? Seeing none?
Move the ordinance.
Second. Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Anderson.
Yes. We have ordinances on first reading. One is held. Number 2, an ordinance to amend and supplement the advisory ordinance of the City of New Brunswick, Title 10, Vehicles and Traffic, Chapter 1016, Stopping, Standing, and Parking, Section 1016-050, Schedule 29, Time Limit Parking, and Section 1016-160, Schedule 36, Special Parking Districts in regards to George Street.
Move the ordinance setting down Wednesday, October 2nd, 6:30 p.m., same date to be advertised.
Second.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Anderson.
Yes. Number 3, an ordinance to grant an easement into the City of New Brunswick's right-of-way on Hamilton Street, Block 57, Lot 54.01.
Move the ordinance setting down Wednesday, October 2nd, 6:30 p.m., same date to be advertised.
Second.
Okay. Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Anderson.
Yes. We have resolutions 1 through 21. Any member from the public would like to talk about any of those specific resolutions 1 through 21? Please approach the microphone. You're about 5 minutes.
Yes,
Time up.
Danielle Moore, 333 Somerset Street. Can you just tell me what number 1 is
Approved agenda amendment.
about? I can tell that request of the city of attorney, but something with recycling, all number 1, number,
We're past that already.
She just, the matter that was held at my request, the one resolution, to the ordinance that is on,
Yeah, the first reading has been held, so it's still being looked at, so it's not going to happen right now. They're still taking a look at it.
oh, okay, because I'm just curious as to where, like I said, I know there's still a big situation. It's been over a year what the city permitted to be done, and it's not being done correctly. So, yes, if I would get to speak to someone about recycling and garbage, like I said, it's been a big issue with it
Okay.
as far as collection. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else on the resolution?
Charles Prattville, New Brunswick, New Brunswick Today. Starting on page 3, 929, the Medicare Advantage Plan with Aetna. Can you tell me what the total cost is, total value of this deal?
Mr. Goldberg will address your question.
I believe it's for $225,000 for 6 months, but I will confirm that.
Okay, and is there a broker?
Yes, it's BGIA, we use for our other applicant.
Okay, and their, I guess, commission is how much?
That I would have to find for that. Yep.
Okay, I'll follow up. And it's being approved nunc pro tunc. Is there a reason that it says it already went into effect June 1st? Why hasn't it been brought to the council until now?
This is just the first time that we've gotten onto the agenda.
It's our first time with this program.
We've switched from traditional Medicare to Medicare Advantage, which is offered by the federal government, to Aetna.
I see. But the switch was made presumably June 1st?
Yes.
Right, okay. And so just didn't make its way onto a council agenda until September?
I'd say the paperwork was not in order until now.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to 931, another nunc pro tunc, which again, for people who don't know, that means this is being approved after the fact, after it already happened. So this is a crane company wanted to relax the city's noise ordinance. I guess they just made the noise, and now you're going to give them a retroactive relaxation. Can I ask if the crane was permitted under the city's ordinances, if there was a permit issued for the crane?
Yes, it was. This is a follow-up during the summer months. The Robert Wood Johnson Hospital cooling tower had a motor failure, which compromised the air conditioning system for a large portion of the hospital. This was a follow-up due to the timing of when they can get the thing in. The crane came in. It was on private property at the hospital grounds. And again, this is a continuation of repairs to their cooling system of the hospital that needed to be done expeditiously.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you know the date that the failure happened? Was it September 14th, or was this earlier?
There was a previous failure in August. We can look back in the record. This was a follow-up to make corrective repairs permanent.
Okay, and may I ask who signed to approve the crane permit?
I signed it as department head.
Okay. I guess I'll get to that later. Moving on, 932, Duncan Solutions contract for debt collection. Is this a new arrangement? What was the previous vendor or previous way of doing this?
This is a first time out of the box or out of the gate for the city of New Brunswick, due to the fact that the AOC, Administrative Office of the Courts, has recently allowed this type of collection action. What happens is that it used to be years ago that you couldn't hire a collection company to collect municipal court debt. The AOC, who controls the courts and the collection process, has now allowed this procedure to go forward, and it's highly regulated by the AOC with respect to the debts that can be collected, which matters are right for collection, etc. It does not cost the city anything. There is a fee that's put on top of the amount to be collected, and that's what the company receives as compensation.
And how was this vendor selected?
It's a fair and open process.
So there was an RFP, or?
We requested proposals. I believe there's only 2 companies that responded, this one and another one. Based upon experience and knowledge and familiarity with the city and working with other courts, we had the option under the law to pick which company we think would work best.
Thank you. So I'll move to the end here, the corrective action plan in response to the 2018 audit. I know there were a couple of items that are listed in the resolution, but I would like to also ask, is there anything additional that may not be covered by these findings here? Like I know I usually ask every year, did you have the issue with the traffic tickets or the police tickets at the courthouse? Is that in any of the findings at all?
We just dealt with the recommendations they gave.
Well, you're also certifying your review of the 2018 annual audit. So may I ask, is that included in it? Is that again a problem that was cited in the audit?
Do you want to do that?
Perhaps Mr. Pettix, is he still here?
Actually, that is not included in the city audit,
For the first time in,
because there is a separate report that's done by the court that's submitted to the office of the administrative office of the court.
okay. And could I just hear a little bit about the 2 items?
Well, the 2 items have to do with the recreation department. They received a donation from Johnson & Johnson for $25,000, and they put it in their trust account versus submitting it through my office to be set up as a grant for the state grant fund. The other item is a $5 fee for the reissuance of lost membership badges. I talked to Mr. Spencer, and he had said that although it's the ordinance, most of the time it's for kids that can't afford to replace them. Or spend the $5 to get a new badge. So I said the ordinance does require you to charge it, so we're in the process. So my recommendation is for us to amend the ordinance to allow Ed to, not charge for membership packages. But if we do an ordinance that says you have to kind of charge $5, you have to charge $5.
You have to follow it. I agree, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else on the resolution? Seeing none?
Move the resolutions?
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Zipporah Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Anderson.
Yes. We have items for discussion by council. Anybody need to say anything? Okay. And we'll go to the public comment. If anybody from the public has a comment, please come up to the microphone. Give your name and address for the records, and you have up to 5 minutes. One time up, please.
Hi, yes, Danielle Murphy, 33 Somerset Street. Well, first I would like to say, due to where now he is in the room, to Tormel Pittman, I did say thank you for the wonderful speech that you did put on Facebook about my lovely work. I'm glad someone does see it, and I thank you and the residents for supporting what I do. Thank you very much. It touched my heart. Thank you. Now, okay, I would like to say thank you to the city for Power Street and Livingston Avenue for immediately removing all the wires that was on the corner there hanging down for the safety of our children. Thank you. Has anyone from the city reached with the county for Saddam Street and French Street with the lighting system? It's been over a month and a month or so where the county said they sent the paperwork to the city. Has anyone spoke to them about the joint, about changing the light system?
Anything on the light system at this time?
The county has sent over a draft agreement between the city and the county for collaboration or cooperation on the improvements to the proposed improvements that they're going to be proposing. We have made some comments back and forth, but we have not finalized the agreement, but it is ongoing.
Okay, thank you. And also, I know about 2 months ago, in traffic a meeting, we were talking about an ordinance for parking regards to commercial vehicles. I know the wait situation was dealing with what time commercial vehicles can park, and due to where it's hard to park in some areas, maybe Mr. Jones, due to where he was a witness on that, and he can speak on that. Has anything come up about making the agreement yet?
It's just under review at this time.
So still not decided how you're gonna do it? Or we
It's
just
just
waiting
under
the
review.
time?
The ordinance has been drafted, it's just under review, just to make sure we dotted all the i's, cross the t's.
Okay, thank you. And then also, I know President Anderson, you did, when I did thank you at the last meeting, coming to Mr. Jeff's house, 16 Laurel Street, due to where it was an issue with the tree there, correct? Now, I would like to show you quick pictures of, again, fire department and PSE&G, same location, due to where, thank goodness it was raining, due to where all your trees are connected to the wire where it was smoking. Good, thank goodness, like I said, it was raining a little, not to cause a big fire, but where PSE&G and the fire department was there at the time, meeting where I hope the city does take action, where Mr. Jeff did speak upon the situation with the tree falling about his house. And like I said, picture there with PSE&G and the fire department to show situation with doing something with your trees. I do hope, like I said, I thank you for taking it seriously when you left before to go over and investigate, but this happened on the 7th, where it should be under the fire department on record due to where they had to come to respond to that. So I hope someone can take action with responding to that. Then also has a stop sign been put up for Henry and Roosevelt Street?
Yes, it has.
Okay, thank you. And then just one more, and that's basically for Councilmember Egan. So did you find out the contract for street cleaning for French Street, or how far the road goes down for cleaning? Where parking authority is supposed to clean?
I had a homework assignment.
Oh, due to where you were the one with outburst saying, oh my, every time you keep saying, oh, maybe it's not in the contract, maybe it's not in the contract.
Somebody here from the parking authority, does anybody know what the clean community boundaries are?
It goes down to French Street and Sanford Street.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. Go ahead.
Yeah, New Brunswick City
Yeah,
Market.
it goes to the downtown area. I don't know if part of the UEZ, but the downtown area goes to Kirkpatrick.
And then due to where by, it
Part of
goes,
French Street is in.
does it go up to Sanford
I
Street?
don't think it goes to Sanford.
Well, because that's what I was told, and like I said, due to where, to see that the city workers, or regardless, are doing their work, working extra hard, and I will continue to speak up for them due to where, like I said, you're paying the parking authority, and the garbage men and the workers are busting their behind, doing our duties, regular duties, and then plus going over there cleaning where they're supposed to be cleaning. I provided you with the evidence, with the pictures to show that it's New Brunswick. And then, like I said, every time I provide you in a situation that to prove what I'm saying, you say, oh, you can't, Councilmember Egan, you just keep outbursts saying, oh, maybe it's not the location. So that's why I asked you.
And that's why you just proved me right in front of everybody, where the lady told you that it's not part of the thing. I've been trying to tell you that every time you talk about it. It's not part of that thing. You should go to the meeting and request it to be part of, included of that.
I did go to the meeting. To the parking authority meeting, yes.
City market, there are people that do it, city market.
Parking authority meeting, that's what they have over at the parking authority on Somerset Street, and I'm telling you, yes. Due to where actually what Mr. Mitch really responded, due to where they cannot handle it, due to where it's too much of a big of a situation with people putting out with their garbage, due to where people do not load their garbage the correct way.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
We can tell you what the area is, Mr. Wolford.
So it does continue all the way down to French Street past Sanford to the Franklin border.
Okay.
So it goes all the way.
Yes.
So it's from the New Brunswick City Market?
No, it's not from City Market.
From the Port Authority.
It's from the
Parking Authority.
Main
So
Street.
apparently it's the parking authority, so keep on going with them, and it goes all the way down to the Franklin border, right?
Yes.
So thank you, that was where I showed you the pictures to show in the area, and maybe you didn't, due to where you never take the time to look at the pictures, Councilmember Egan, due to where I provided the pictures with the street sweeper, with the Department of Public Works, with them picking up the garbage and all.
I have seen some of the pictures, most of the pictures, but not all.
So like I said, anything due to where now, I hope we reached a point, like I said, due to where you kept outbursting so much, saying that, wow. Wow, my point is that no, the parking authority is not doing their job, what they've been paid for, what, over $35,000, or like I said, to clean only George Street and Eastern Avenue?
I think it's more than that.
No, that's all they're doing. Actually, it's supposed to be George Street, Eastern Avenue, French Street, and Remsen Avenue, but the only two streets being cleaned, like I said, is Eastern Avenue and George Street. Power washing 7 days, every day you see someone down there cleaning.
Just another one, okay.
And my point in making due to where, like I said, with rodents, and like I said, I'm speaking up due to where, yes, if they're being paid for, why do the city workers have to do extra work doing their work? They're not getting paid for it.
There's two pieces to the contract. There's the city market piece for the downtown area, and then there's the city piece, which includes a piece of Eastern Avenue, some of Route 27. It's not cleaned daily. The downtown we pay to clean daily. The UEZ piece, it includes Easton, Route 27, I believe, Seaman Avenue?
Remsen Avenue.
Remsen Avenue. Those are only cleaned, I believe, 4 times a week. That's part of the contract.
Wow, I can tell you what, not even one time, they're barely a week that, like I said, due to where it's not being cleaned, and like I said, due to where, even if I may ask Mr. Kravitz for his video for the parking authority, how they said, oh, we can't handle this situation due to where it's from the way people are loading their garbage and we can't keep up with it. So due to where it is close to the end of the year, I hope you will look into it with not renewing, like I said, paying them to do something and they're not going to do it. Wow, if anything, that $65,000 can go toward the city workers due to where they're the ones that's working so hard, keeping it clean.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Good evening once again. Charles Cradaville, New Brunswick Today. Want to thank Ms. Moore for her comments as always, and I think that the parking authority is part of the problem here with the city of Brunswick. At the last meeting, we talked about the crane, July 21st, collapsed. They took, at the last meeting you said, quote, they took care of the 4 weather reports they were supposed to. Quote, all I know is they had to check 4 weather reports. They did. And have you been able to figure out who they is?
No.
So you just were saying they took care of it, but you had no idea who actually did it?
At that time I did, I don't remember.
Okay. So any idea who it might be that did this apparent homework, and why do you have to check 4 weather reports? Is that some policy or rule?
I thought it was a policy or rule they were talking about.
And is there any substantiation to that? Has anybody found that to be the case? Okay. So, we have an interim city engineer, and I guess that person doesn't come to the council meetings, correct?
If they want to, what about?
Great. But the previous city engineer attended regularly, and the interim city engineer does not, correct?
I don't.
Okay. Are there requirements to be a city engineer?
Sure there are.
Okay. And what are those requirements? Do you need a license, a certain type of license?
I would think so.
Okay. And are there any requirements to be the head of a department, like to be the head of the Department of Public Works and Engineering for the city of New Brunswick?
There may be a qualification under some type of certified public works manager, perhaps. That may be a qualification, but I'm not sure. I don't have the list of qualifications here at my disposal right now.
I'm just curious because this city ordinance, it's relevant here, 15.32.040 says, upon receipt of a properly completed application in compliance with the ordinance, the crane registration ordinance, the city engineer shall issue or deny the requested permit within 3 working days. It doesn't say that the department head who doesn't have the qualifications to be a municipal engineer can sign crane permits. It doesn't say that designees can sign crane permits, or that anyone else other than the city engineer can sign crane permits. So why, respectfully, is the head of the Department of Public Works and Engineering still signing crane permits?
We
They
said
have the engineering and public works department, and that was the intent of the ordinance, according to my legal explanation last time. I don't believe city engineers are taught how to erect cranes either when they go to engineering school. So as I indicated before, the department that handles crane permits to make sure the paperwork is in order is the engineering department. We combine the engineering department with the public works department. There is no department head as the engineer of the engineering department, which used to be the case. Now there's a department head who's the department head of engineering and public works. Perhaps Mr. Crowder will feel better when we amend the ordinance, which I'm looking at now, and we'll have to go and amend a lot of different ordinances that refer to the engineer as a department head, because there is no department head as the engineering department.
Okay. So thank you for that. I just want to know about the person who's doing the interim city engineer. Does she have it's obviously not a full-time thing, it's a part-time thing. Does she have a set hours or a set number of days she comes in?
Ms. Marcelli's primary responsibility is site plan and zoning plan reviews. So as the docket gets full of those and she does reviews, she comes in when needed as it relates to backlog, if there's any backlog regarding site plan and zoning plan reviews.
Does she have an email address or a phone number?
As I responded to an email from Mr. Cradaville, he can reach out. If it's specific to city business, he can contact the engineering office and she will get messages to her, yes.
Okay, well, I left a message and asked to speak with her and didn't get any response, so I followed the instructions of Mr. Valenti a couple weeks ago, or actually 3 weeks ago, probably. So
I will, we'll look at it.
Thank you.
Resend it.
Thank you. And so I'll move on from the crane. Is this the last school year that the Lincoln Annex School will be open?
I don't know.
Yeah, I tried to get answers out of them last night, and it was very peculiar that no one was willing to admit who is having the conversations about.
Early on in the school year, sometimes it's very hard to, see that far in the future.
To see whether or not the school's still gonna be open next year?
Sometimes, depends on the kids and everything else like that. I mean, you just have to ask them that.
Well, what we did learn last night is it was $22 million of New Brunswick taxpayer money that went into the Lincoln Annex School being opened, and it's only been open 3 years. This is going to be, I guess, the fourth year. And Robert Wood wants to take it away, take the school away, and take over that site, build their own thing there, and we would lose the school. And they've said, with regard to that project, that they expect to be doing site work in summer 2020. So if that's true, and this is the site, then they are, then this is the last year for the Lincoln Annex School, and I don't think we should sell a school. We need more schools in New Brunswick, not less. Let's not have that happen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Jamel Pittman, Brunswick, New Jersey. First, I didn't know she was going to recognize me for recognizing Danielle Moore on Facebook, but it was just something in me that decided to give her just due, because she comes down here every council meeting, and she just let me know she has a bad back, and she still canvasses New Brunswick. She presents you guys with pictures, she questions you guys, and if you pay attention to the people she questions, she always has valid points. Whether you agree with her delivery or not, she mainly has valid points, and just eating at me one day. So I said, let me, apologize for her, apologize to her on behalf of New Brunswick. And she actually got 550 people to concur with the statement that I said. So there's a lot of people who agree that she is doing amazing work, and she is doing a great thing. And regardless of how they feel like you're inconveniencing them, they huff and puff, come here every week, and you still state your point, you still be persistent, because regardless of what, the community recognizes you. If the city don't recognize you, it doesn't matter. The community recognizes you. They got 550 people who appreciate what you do. I wish Councilman Fleming was here. I wanted to recognize him also. If you guys aren't aware, there's a water crisis in Newark. Thought that's mentioned state, but there's a water crisis in Newark, and it's been relevant since April. They have a major lead issue in Newark, New Jersey. And I have done relief missions all throughout the United States. I'm in Texas, Flint, Michigan, North Carolina. I did a relief mission for the U.S. Virgin Islands and things like that. I've actually been recognized everywhere except New Brunswick. I have a resolution from every municipality except New Brunswick. That's neither here nor there. But Newark has been reaching out to me, and I couldn't do a relief mission here because you have to have certain resources. You have to have a place where you can drop the water off and where people are comfortable, and then you have to have means to transport the water from, because we're not talking about just other items. Water is very heavy. So you have to have a means to transport the water from New Brunswick to Newark. So it takes a little setting up, and I think people were getting upset because I didn't dive into the mission. So I reached out to, well, what made me dive into the mission was me hearing about a 2-year-old child that was in intensive care. Now, if anybody knows about lead and water, the human body can't have zero amount of lead, limited 0 for the human body. Limit 3 will give a toddler damage. Limit 10 will affect an adult. This child had limit 42, her limit was 42 in the body, so she was put into intensive care. And that's when I said, you know what, I'm going to do the relief mission. So I reached out to Councilman Fleming. I said, listen, I need a place, because I'm going to need a facility to collect water. And sometimes people got to go outside of New Brunswick. When I go outside of New Brunswick, I go to North Jersey, I go to South Jersey. The guys who do what I do, they have resources to build and access to different things. Like I'll go to Elizabeth, a guy who does what I do, he has access to the community rooms, and he has access to different centers, and everywhere he does that. I think New Brunswick is more political. And being that they might not agree with me, I don't have that certain access. So I contacted Councilman Fleming, which he made it happen. He said, no problem. You have the teen center from Tuesday to Friday, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So I had to force a relief mission, because normally you get a lot more time than that to do a relief mission. So I did an emergency relief mission. Ultimately, we packed the truck. It was amazing. We packed the truck and we sent it to Newark, actually Monday. So the residents were happy, and the entire town of Newark were happy. And I got a text earlier, but it upset the community of Newark, because they said, well, wow, Trammell, if you can do this much in 20 hours, why don't they give you more time? So I said, well, that's the time they gave me. You know, I kind of had my hands behind my back, but I was, you know, I didn't want to drop the ball. I didn't want to go, you know, because a lot of people would like for me to get the teen center. And, you know, 5 people come with a couple cases and say, oh, we gave Trammell the teen center, nobody showed up. Teen center was packed with water. And people are continuing to come there, but I don't have any more access to it. So they reached out to someone from the state. I had someone from the state reach out to the mayor, who I guess he's off for a couple of days. And they said that unofficially, I still have access to the teen center. Now, I mean, I wanted Mr. Ed Spence to stay here and see, but I don't know. I wanted to know if that was correct because people are still contacting me. And if we don't have access to the teen center, let me know. If we do, then I'd like to have that confirmed. Can anybody here confirm it? So I'm gonna take it as.
So we want more time at the teen center, so we can kind of get that contact Ed Spencer, just reach out to you, see if you can get some more time.
That would be, I mean, that would be great because, I mean, you know, like I said, it's a crisis. And Newark is a predominantly black city. And I don't see the sense of urgency. You know, actually it's in New Jersey. So I'm not a colonialist. I'm not gonna deal with colonies. I'm not gonna deal with certain wards. I'm not gonna deal with certain districts, certain cities. These are people who are suffering. And if New Brunswick can do anything, I'll lead the charge. I'll love the water. I'll place it. If I need to meet somebody at the teen center, that's no problem. But this was done all grassroots. No corporate sponsors, no private sponsors. This was all done by the people. We didn't get any contributions, no donations, corporate donations. All people, all we asked for is a place, a room that's not being utilized at this point. We can do the rest. We don't need any other thing. We can just get a place to put the water, and then I'll even use my out of town resources to get the water to Newark when need be.
Okay.
Somebody, can you follow up on that, Mr. Jones?
Yep.
And if any needs to pick and if that doesn't work out for whatever reason, you know where my office is. So go and talk to me, maybe we can find some other resources for the churches or other places in town that might be able to help out.
You really want to bring that up? You know what I saw you doing.
So you know, go see me. I know.
Anyone else from the public? Seeing none?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Anderson.
Yes.